The PlanetPress technology is designed to improve document workflow through organizations. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how you can take a paper-based form such as this, very common. This is actually off a laser printer. This is typically used for capturing signatures and information from the field and has to be brought back to a corporation to be processed. I'm going to show you how to move this paper-based form to a tablet-based form such as the Ricoh equill, as you can see right here. So the first step in the process is the design of the document. So here is the PlanetPress design tool. In the bottom left hand side you can see the data that's been captured from the host application. This is the data exactly as if it had arrived on an impact printer or a laser printer. And as I change data pages here, you can see that data changing on a page by page basis. In PlanetPress we take this data, we drag it into our canvas and we design our document. One point to note here, if you take a look on the document, there's a grey box. This grey box is where we define the equill widget, which is going to be used to control the tablet. In this particular case, this is a text input field. If I now move up through the objects in my document and I reduce page 1 and I enhance page 2, you can see on the back of this form, or the second page of this document, I have many grey boxes. Each one of these is a text input field. In addition, on the bottom right hand corner I have another widget definition. This definition is for a image drop. The image drop being the ability to take a photograph from the tablet and place it directly into the document. So as you can see, the design tool here enables us to not only create a document with the original source data, but also add all the objects that drive the Ricoh equill. So the next step in the process is automating the workflow for the customer. The customer's original print job was out to a printer, remember. So my input into PlanetPress in this workflow technology is LPR printing. We run LPD, line printer daemon, which effectively makes the host believe it's printed to a printer. Having captured that data, we then extract information out of the stream. We build a PDF. That PDF is of course created from the form I designed earlier. We do some renaming and then we drive the output, which is a PDF and all the appropriate definitions of the equill widgets straight to the equill cloud. Let me click on this object real quick to show you the definitions. So here's how you define the way the data is going to move to the equill through the Ricoh EWS cloud. Here's the authentication key, and most importantly, this is the ID of the specific tablet. This is very important because it means that PlanetPress can drive a single print stream to multiple tablets. So if I'm producing a print stream, for example, for multiple delivery routes for multiple trucks, I simply define here as a variable the destination user. PlanetPress will split up that print job and send the appropriate jobs to the appropriate tablets. Once this is defined and the job is sent to the equill, when the data is sent back from the equill to PlanetPress, we rebuild that document and then we push it on to the next step in the process, which in this particular case is output to SharePoint, which is a very popular document management or storage system. So now let's take a look at the result. Here is the equill tablet. On the equill tablet, I've driven multiple jobs. So each one of these line items in this inbox is a different PlanetPress job. So let me click on this one right here. And you'll notice what comes up is a document that looks exactly like in the original design screen. And if you remember, there was a grey object in the design screen right here, and that grey object was defining a text input box. I'll get back to that in a second. So what can you do with this form? You can write on it any way you like. You can actually use the back of the pen as an eraser to erase information directly off the page, which is a nice feature. You can mark this document up. You can sign it in this particular case right here. I'm going to put my signature. And right here, the text input box I defined earlier, as I click on it, the operating system recognizes it as an input box, and I can now put text in that box. So there we are. I've signed the document, I've typed my name in, that data can be used later as part of the indexing scheme, and I've marked this document anywhere I like. Now if you remember, this document had two sides or two pages. So here's the back. What we've done here is we filled out the form per the customer's requirements. In this particular case, they wanted the truck driver to fill the top in by hand. So, for example, the date filled in by hand. We've also placed variable data from the original print stream as potential returns from that customer. This came from the original transaction data. And also, if you remember, each one of these objects was a text input widget. So now, if I'm doing a return on that same day, I can click any of these fields and I can type in whatever information I require to capture directly back to Planet Press. Data, no OCR required. And finally, if you remember, I placed a photograph widget in the bottom right-hand corner. Here's that grayed area on the equill expecting that photograph. So let's say my beverage distribution business, I have a return because there's a broken bottle. So I'm going to now turn on my camera. You'll notice here the little screen will pop up with the camera image right here. I can then take a photograph, in this particular case of the bottle that's broken. I place my tablet down and you see that image of that bottle has now appeared inside of my document. Once I've completed my transaction, I hit the send key right here. It takes me back to my inbox, and as you can see in my inbox now, I have this document being sent back out to the equill cloud. The equill cloud will then return that document back to the Planet Press server technology. So for the purposes of this demonstration, the Planet Press technology has now sent me an email with the attached document I just completed in the field. And you can see the incoming email right here. Now I'm going to open this PDF and take a look what I find inside. So here's the resultant PDF. As you can see, it has my smiley face on the front with some of the smile arrays from the eraser on the pen. You can see my signature, and of course you can see the text I typed in, which is my name. Now a very important feature here is you'll notice this is a full text searchable PDF. So every line of data in this PDF is text searchable, which is very suitable for most modern EDM or document management systems. If I now go to the second page in my document, here are the items I was trying to deliver, and here's one of the returns. So there's the data I entered about my return. Here, of course, is the date I typed in as part of this demonstration. And of course, finally, here's the photograph of the damaged goods that I captured and placed directly into the document. So that concludes this presentation. As you can see, I've moved from an existing print stream to a hard copy piece of paper to a completely electronic process where I've driven outputs to an equill through the EWS cloud, received that document back. Now Planet Press can drive that document to any of its output processes, including email, archiving, fax, or print. Thank you for your time.